Hey, what's up guys? I'm Rob Richards back here at Dave Fisher's Powerhouse Gym in Torrance, California. It is 2015 today, so Happy New Year to everyone. Got a ton of new videos coming for the rest of this year, so if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, this is Rich Request video number 10. Over the past 9 weeks, I've been handling all of your questions, filming them here in the gym. The winning request this week is lower back. So we're gonna be hitting some deadlifts, some extensions, and some V-rows. So check out what's coming up on today's workout show.
First up, weighted hyperextensions. A great movement to target and isolate that lower back, warming it up nicely for some deadlifts. Big compound lift here that we can afford to go heavy on and load weights onto that bar. Next up, reverse hyperextensions, back to an isolation movement for that lower back. And we're gonna finish this workout off with some V-bar rows.
There you have it, 4 killer exercises. Like I said, you can check out the full blog, all of the workouts and photos on Rob Richards Fitness. Also check out my Facebook for more nutritional tips, Rob Richards Fitness. And you know, it's a new year, we haven't got time to stand around here talking. So let's get started on the first exercise. Now I know we've all seen this piece of equipment in the gym, but honestly, how many of you can say you've really used it? And I mean really used it. These hyperextensions are fantastic exercise to really warm up, engage the lower back muscles, that erector spinae. This is the exercise that we need to be doing to really get started on this lower back workout. So what I'm doing here, have my feet locked in. You wanna make sure you adjust this so that it's resting just on sort of the upper part of your hips. Any lower down, boys especially, this is gonna hurt, especially when you start adding in some weight. So get set up correctly on here first. And then you can see with my hand positions, I do my first set like a vampire cross, arms crossed over my shoulders and chest, then progress up to the temple, hands forwards, and then build up to a weight. I've been doing this exercise for a good couple of months now, frequently as part of my back workout. So I'm just now using a 45-pound plate, but guys, this is tough. Use a 10-pound plate, a 5-pound, even just arms out. You're gonna feel it on the lower back. So don't be afraid to go higher reps on here, 15 repetitions. I've done 4 sets. My back is feeling nice and warm. Mentally, I'm prepared. So now I can move on to the next exercise, which is deadlift. So need to warm up that back. I'm ready. Let's go set up deadlifts and get started on exercise number 2. Deadlifts. What can I say about deadlifts? Except that they're probably the best exercise, maybe next to squats, for overall body strength and conditioning and just getting strong. So the reason we're doing deadlifts for lower back is because deadlifts work the lower back. I mean, obviously it's hitting legs, glutes, shoulders, arms as well, but with the correct form, it's the lower back having to take the brunt of the work. You can see from my colorful socks, I'm standing real close to that bar. I'm gonna sit down as though I'm doing a squat and my knees can't push any further forwards. So therefore, I'm down nice and low, my arms are straight, I've got a cross grip, so my right hand, preference for me, right hand locked over, my left hand under grip. That gives me a nice strong grip to be able to stand up through the legs, and then my lower back helps me lift. My arms don't do anything except act as a linkage from the bar to my body. A couple of other points. You can see that I'm lifting raw. Haven't got the proper shoes on, haven't got a weightlifting belt, haven't got straps or lifting wraps. For me, personally, this is just how I like to perform deadlifts. If you feel like you need a belt, especially if you're going heavy, absolutely wear one. Again, for me, I'm not looking at breaking powerlifting records. You can see from my video with Michael Hearn, our muscle and fitness powerlifting video, I'm not that strong. But for me to get 10 reps of 3, 4, even 5 plates pushing reps, that's my goal here, to work and condition the lower back. So again, don't focus on lifting 1 rep maxes, focus on lifting at least 8 reps And then if you can do that, progress up by small increments. That has shocked my body. We're gonna move on, exercise number 3, and again, focus on another lower back exercise. Let's go check it out. I need a seat, take a rest. Oh man, these reverse hyperextensions, as the name suggests, a reverse of what we did on the first one, the hyperextensions. Instead of my back coming up with the weight, it reverses around. It's my lower half lifting up with that resistance on. This exercise, after having performed 3 sets of deadlifts, even with like a pretty light weight on here, I'm feeling it in my lower back. And let me tell you guys, no other back exercises makes me feel this in the lower back. So that tells you something. Splitting up the upper and the lower back, you really do need to perform specific exercises for that muscle group. Performing lat pull downs and seated rows, chin ups, doesn't really work that lower back. It's working the upper back, the rhomboids, the lats. We need to work that erector spinae, and it's these exercises. Things where you're flexing at the torso, picking heavy objects up like the deadlift. So if you can't perform this exercise because your gym doesn't have this machine, have a look at last week's video when I performed good morning bent over raises. Basically the same exercise, we're just reversing it round again using that lower muscle, the erector spinae, to help and assist get our torso up when we're lifting that barbell. Slow, controlled reps on here. You don't want to be kicking the weight up and down, bouncing. You've got to keep tension in that muscle, control that tempo, feel the muscle work, and focus on your breaths each rep. All right, exercise number 4. Let's finish this workout off like we started, with plenty of energy, and as you can see, lots of color for the new year. Let's get to it. All right, so granted, V-rows aren't necessarily a lower back exercise, but they do require the lower back to be engaged, and you definitely feel it with performing V-rows. Plus, it gives a real nice stretch to the lats at the end of this lower back workout. So a couple of tips when performing these. You can see my hips are pushed back, my knees are soft, but they're not pushed forwards. I'm keeping my chest pretty low over the floor, and you can always vary a few factors. If I arch my back slightly with lower weight, I can feel more of the lower section of my mid back being worked. My chest up, sat nice and low, I feel it more in that lower section of the back. So modify your technique a little and you will find that you feel different areas of that muscle haven't been worked. Oh, a couple of other things. Make sure long arms, so when you lower that bar down, the weight isn't touching on the floor. You're fully stretching out the arms, allowing the back muscles to stretch out. And then I'm not standing up to lift the weight. I'm engaging and squeezing my back, putting that weight up towards my chest. Try and pause just for a split second, eliminate any momentum and control the weights. All right guys, that's the end of Rich Request. Video number 10, pretty much covered everything. You guys have 2 more videos left, so make sure they're good ones. Hit me up on Twitter @RobRiches using hashtag RichRequest. You can also see all of these workouts and much more on my blog, Rob Riches Fitness. Final thing, you know, it's a new year. Shout out to Powerhouse. These guys have been great allowing us to film here. So if you are in the California area, please do check it out. You'll probably see us here filming. All right guys, join me next time, next week here at Powerhouse. Stay training hard, eat clean, and you know what? It's a new year, new goals, aim high. I'll see you guys then. Take care.